Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be playing a Chinese MMORPG called Monster Hunter Online, which is currently in its open beta in China. You don't need a VPN or anything to play this game, and it's pretty easy to set up an account. Just look for some guides on YouTube if you're interested in trying. So let's jump in and see if this is a game worth playing. Just crank everything on max. I'm guessing this means create a new character. Very good detail on the character models. It looks very realistic. Kind of reminds me a bit of Black Desert. There's a lot of sliders, which does suggest pretty good character creation. There's plenty of sliders. Lots for the eyebrows. Damn. What else can you do? Nose. It seems as though you've got full control over the face. I'm just going to hit a preset because I don't want to make something too ridiculous. So that's face. This is hair. Decent amount of hairstyles to choose from. Some of them are really nice. I quite like this hairstyle, actually. Let's go with that. Change the hair color. Clothes. Neither of the clothes look that great, let's be honest. I guess I'll go with this one. Change the colors and stuff. Let's just go with that. I'm guessing this F Chinese logo means finished? Yeah! I'm so good at Chinese. A nice Asian name. Kenshiro. I haven't found any place where you can choose your class. Maybe this is one of those games where your class is kind of unlocked. You can be any class and you just level up skills. Let's just jump in with this guy. So this is the intro cinematic. We got a pet cat. A little anime friend. It's a pretty good looking game. Okay, this seems to be the tutorial. There doesn't seem to be any voice acting at all. You just kind of read these little pop-up boxes. Right, so in the top right we've got a little map and it's showing me where to go. Oh, I see. Using the scroll wheel puts the camera up and down. It doesn't zoom it in and out. It's kind of weird. Little cinematic. I'm guessing we're going to have to kill this pig. It's just crawled up from the floor. Okay, pig. Apparently you can play this game with a controller. Let's go up to this pig and kick its ass. Shift makes you sprint. Looks like we've got a big monster sneaking up on us. So tab kind of locks you on your target. Ooh. Okay, we've been saved. That is one giant beaver. Yay, we've got friends. Anime friends. I think you need to time your dodges pretty well in this game. Good start to the game though, it's got me intrigued. Dodge! Dodge! Oh, it's dead, I think. Yeah! That squiggle means accept in Chinese, apparently. I think a Chinese person just whispered me, "Not good." I always have a lot of fun playing MMOs that are in a different language because it takes a lot of figuring out. It's a little game in itself. I'm guessing this is the bank. But now I kind of adventure out of this area. From what I can tell, it doesn't seem like an open world game. Which makes me sad. There's lots of invisible barriers around here. Selected a mission and now we're going to go hunt a monster or something. Talk to the treasure chest. I'm guessing we need to take these things. It'd be nice if these fucking giant chat boxes were a little bit smaller, or if you could move them. Right, we have some monsters here. I'm guessing it wants us to fight these warthogs. Come at me, warthog. Ah! Quest clear. So at the end of quests, you kind of get little rankings and medals and stuff, I think. So my early impressions is this game seems to be similar to games like Continent of the Ninth Seal, Vindictus, and Dragon Nest, where you kind of have a little town and you go out and do missions. That's what it seems to be. Okay, so this is probably my first questing hub, judging by the fact it showed a cinematic when getting here. Okay, big giant emblem on the map telling me where to go. You don't need to be Chinese to figure out what to do here. We open this up. There it is, sword and shield. Sword kind of reminds me of the Ashbringer. Like a cheap version of the Ashbringer from WoW. We get a full set of armor. I still look like an absolute donkey. I look like a clown that's about to go into combat. Oh, that's not good. My shield is just clipping through my weapon. Go this way. I'm guessing this means solo and this means search for a group. Seems to be a heavily instanced game. Graphically, it actually looks really nice. Good lighting and stuff, some decent textures. Heavily instanced game. Many invisible barriers. Never a fan of lots of invisible barriers in games. Investigate the monster poo. So it seems as though what you do is you enter a stage, and there's this map up here. You go throughout these different little zones, looking for clues about your monster. So you inspect a bunch of things, and then eventually, once you've discovered everything, you kind of find the monster. And the knowledge you've learned would help you with the tactics of killing it. It's a cool idea. I think that's how it works. This one's common sense to kill. You just stand behind it. It's very gory. There's like blood everywhere. This monster has a lot of health. I like that it takes quite a bit to kill him. I think what that's trying to tell me is my weapon took damage. No, but we're sharpening our current weapon. Ah! I just noticed his friend's coming in the background. Oh. Okay, the quest clears on its own. I'm so disappointed that this is another one of those instanced games. I fucking hate instanced games. So there's this version that I need to do, because I haven't got a trophy for this one. How has this person got a bow and arrow? That's what I want to know. I want to be an archer. Hopefully after this one it puts me on a new stage. I know once you get to higher stages, some of the monsters get pretty ridiculous, pretty awesome. From the footage I've seen of it anyway. Ouch. So basically what you do is it seems as though there's a bunch of different areas. You start at one thing and you kind of work your way through. From what I can tell, it doesn't seem as though you need to repeat the stages similar to games like Vindictus and C9. So far I've just had to do it once. So once you've done that, then you unlock different areas and you kind of progress that way and you kind of passively level up whilst doing that. That seems to be how the game works. I could be wrong though. Okay, it looks like we've got a boss dinosaur to fight this time. Jump here! What's this guy doing to it? Is he... How is he not dead? He just got blown up. Okay, so the monster's gonna retreat. I find it weird how we killed the monster on my screen, but in the cinematic, the monster ran away and escaped. It seems like you do get better rewards for doing it solo. This seems to be a bow, judging by the picture. Okay, that's just a big sword. There's a bow. Nice. And you can have dual-wielded weapons. Okay, so it does seem as though this is a classless game. You can just kind of change class based on what weapons you've got. Okay. This here seems to be the crafting. Hence why it's got ingredients. So I'm guessing you collect these things from monsters by skinning them. Take them to this guy and he can craft you new weapons. Not sure if the colour of the weapon dictates how powerful it is. Like blue being rare, purple being epic. I don't think it's that way. Don't think I'm a huge fan of the archer gameplay. Oh, I see. You kind of hold it down and charge up your bow. Does a lot more damage this way. Look at us all harvesting its resources. Aren't we all just sick? So I've figured out the combat system in this game. You don't actually drag abilities on your hotbar. That's not a thing like traditional MMOs. What you do is you use your left and right click and then you use your arrow keys as modifiers. And it does different attacks and stuff. So it seems as though you do your normal attacks, you fill this bar, and then you can spend this bar on abilities. So we spam this, he's going nuts with his abilities. So that seems to be how the combat system in this game works. I'm not a huge fan of it, but there is worse combat that I've experienced in other MMOs. Combat does feel a little bit clunky depending on the weapon you use. I'm not a huge fan of this fucking greatsword. So this menu here shows each weapon skill. I'm not sure what they all are, but I know they're different. This one's bow and arrow, for example. This is dual wielding. This one is sword and shield. And it seems like it could be some kind of talent tree, but I'm not sure. This here seems to be some kind of help menu, which gives a little bit of information on what the weapons can do. Let's click on this and see what happens. Okay, so this seems to be some kind of training area. Nice. From what I can tell, you unlock all the abilities straight away. I haven't seen any menu or anything, any talent trees in which you unlock new abilities. So if you press E with the bow and arrow, it actually lets you aim a lot more accurately. Oh, I see. The higher you upgrade the weapons, the longer it takes for them to need repairing. Big damage now. Now is the time to kill. You can sprint and jump in this game and it just sends you on your face. Jump here! Jump here! There's like peaceful little deer standing here. eating grass and stuff. Fuck you, dear. Get off my lawn. Something that really bothers me with the combat in this game is once you get into an animation, it takes like 2 or 3 seconds before you can change the direction of your attack. Like, the monster will flip away from you and you'll still be attacking the air for a good few seconds. Oh, what? Whoa! He uprooted a tree and he's swinging it around. Okay, that's fucking cool. I like that. I really like that. The monsters interact with the environment. It'd just be nice if once I start doing a combo, I can change directions. Because, for example, if I was to attack in this direction, right now I'm doing my combo, I can't, like, turn. He's coming right for me. Dodge! Why do these Chinese MMOs always have pictures of random Asian men on the loading screens? Western MMOs don't do that at all. It's kind of creepy. Demand task, specialty forest. Apparently I've got to complete some quest before I can go on to the next area. And obviously with this all being in Chinese, it's a fucking nightmare to figure out which quest it is I need to do. There's nothing on the map which tells me where this quest that I need to do is, and I have no idea what the writing says either. Google Translate isn't really helping me. I don't think I can actually play this game any further. The issue is I go here and this is in red, and it says that some kind of quest isn't done. Now, when you go into zones and stuff, it doesn't tell you anything about the quests that need doing there. You need to be able to read this quest log. And it's a little bit confusing for someone that doesn't speak Chinese. I actually considered scrapping this video because I only got to play for about 3 hours before getting stuck, but I decided against it because I have got a basic enough understanding of what the game's actually about. So as always with this series, we're going to talk about the pros and the cons, the good things and the bad things, starting with the pros. For an MMO, the graphics look pretty decent. They're not amazing, but certainly not bad. The character customization has a lot of sliders, and I feel as though there's more than enough options to give you a distinctive look. Monster Hunter Online has classless combat, which means you can essentially change your class just by switching weapon. I like this because if you get bored of one playstyle, it's easy to switch to another. The game has an inbuilt training mode that allows you to try out different weapons and practice abilities. I always like it when MMOs include this as an option. You don't need a VPN to play this game and it's easy to set up. There's also a good chance that this game will either get an English patch or be fully ported to the West in the future. The monsters themselves are pretty cool and they get way better the further you progress into the game. I know this because I've watched a lot of trailers for this game and some of the monsters just look epic. So now let's talk about the cons. It's a heavily instanced MMO that works very similar to Vindictus, Dragon Nest and Continent of the Ninth. I've never been a fan of these kind of MMOs. The world design is very lazy and you'll be clearing the same areas over and over, making it feel very repetitive. The combat feels like it needs some work. It's not too bad, but it just doesn't flow as well as other action combat games. My biggest issue was changing direction when using my combos. You need to stop attacking, then change direction, rather than changing direction mid-combo. It just feels a little bit clunky. There's no options that allow you to resize the UI, which is quite annoying because some parts of the UI are a little bit big for my liking. There's no voice acting, you need to read everything to understand the narrative, and if you're lazy like me, then that's a problem. Overall, I'm kinda disappointed that Monster Hunter Online isn't an open world game. It's very similar to Vindictus, Dragon Nest, and C9, although I do find it the most interesting out of the four, and I'm kinda sad that I couldn't get any further. The monsters themselves feel pretty fun to fight, even if the combat does feel like it needs a bit of work. I do hope this game gets an English patch so I can get a little bit further into it. However, I don't think it's the kind of game that's going to keep me interested for very long. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm really sorry that it's so short. I just couldn't figure out what to do. If you've had the chance to play Monster Hunter Online, then let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. You take it easy, and I'll see you again really soon. Awful. There's hardly anything good about this game. I would rather play chess with myself than continue to play this game. I would rather brush my teeth for 4 days than play this game.